colonization came with some positive things as well.
Suffering, killing of people.
Those are not positive things. You know that they brought medicine that you didn't have before. Probably saved. No, but honestly, it probably saved a lot of lives.
Colonization brought medicine.
Yeah.
Africa has always been advanced with medicine.
But we brought some new medicine that you didn't have.
What medicine?
And imagine how many lives that medicine has saved.
What medicine did you bring? The First World War, when the First World War occurred, that was 1914. After that, when the war ended in 1918, there was a Spanish flu pandemic. You know? Yeah. There was a Spanish flu pandemic. So what medicine are you talking about? What medicine did you bring to Africa?
Did you have penicillin?
We've had our ways.
You didn't have penicillin.
To cure ourselves for years, even before colonization.
Well,
we had local herbs which we used to treat ourselves, you know. A lot of those herbs were what inspired the modern day drugs and medicine, you know.
But we kind of, I guess, advanced that medicine and brought it back to Africa.
You advanced that medicine.
Yeah.
We civilized you guys.
Well, that can be discussed, you know that.
We civilized you guys. The Moors, when they came to Spain, people were not taking showers. People were, people were dirty and smelly.
Anyhow, we brought medicine.
We taught you guys how to shower. We taught you guys hygiene.
Yeah.
You know, what caused the Spanish flu? Was it not because they were not doing proper regimen to clean themselves?
Probably could be. I don't know.
That was what caused it.
Yeah.
It's historical facts.
Yeah. Perhaps.
So when you want to talk about that you guys gave us medicine, did we tell you that we didn't have our own medicines?
I don't think anybody said that, but the fact is still there that we brought medicine to the continent of Africa.
No, you didn't. You didn't bring medicine. Do you know Imhotep? Imhotep is the father of medicine.
Yeah.
An Egyptian. He taught the Greek. He taught them medicine. The Greek taught the Romans. And the Romans, they lost it. They lost the knowledge for 500 years. The Moors, they have to go back to Spain and, teach you guys from afresh. We brought civilization to you guys.
Yeah, well, that can, as we said, that can be discussed because many people are claiming that, for example, Europeans brought civilization to Africa. And with that, we also brought, besides from the medicine, education and infrastructure. And those things still live on today, right? Those roads that were built, all the infrastructure that happened back in the day, they were a great help. And you know that. Everybody knows that because you didn't have those kind of roads, etc.
That is very, very laughable. Because historical fact shows that Africa is a cradle of civilization. We taught you mathematics. We taught you medicine. We taught you hygiene. We taught you even the so-called governance that the Greek practiced. They learned it from Africa.
Yeah.
Africa, Egypt at that point was like an educational, city of the world.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Library of Alexander?
That burned down.
So many knowledge.
Yeah.
In Africa, that you guys came, we babysitted you guys, taught you guys civilization, taught you numbers. You didn't know numbers. 1, 2, 3. You didn't know 1, 2, 3. We basically taught you guys everything you know, and now you want to say you brought civilization to Africa. You have some nerves.
Well, history books. What can I say? I wasn't there, but the history books state facts. Yeah.
Look, the reason why Africa was colonized was because you guys, I'm talking about post-World War I.
Yeah.
Post-World War One occurred 1914 to 1918. So post-World War One, there were a lot of advancement in weaponry.
Yeah.
The Maxim gun was invented, and you guys had more, firepowers.
Right.
So after the end of the war, you guys came in Africa, and started colonizing everybody. First of all, the Berlin Conference that occurred in Germany, of course, Berlin Conference.
Yeah.
So in that race, in that conference, no African nation was present. It was all a bunch of Europeans having tea and biscuits and deciding the fate of the continent of Africa.
Right.
You guys partitioned Africa among yourselves. 14 European nations were present, including the United States. They were present at that conference.
But none from Africa.
None. No African representative were there.
But this meeting was about Africa.
Exactly. They literally shared Africa among themselves.
Yeah.
They gave Congo to the stupid King Leopold II. And they partitioned Africa.
Yeah.
England claimed theirs. The British, they claimed their land.
Yeah.
The Portuguese, you guys just, share the whole continent among yourself.
Where was the resistance in all this?
The resistance.
Like from the Africans, where was the resistance?
See, we Africans were very reserved people.
Yeah.
We, we had local conflicts, but we've always, created a way to resolve those conflicts internally.
Yeah.
But after the breakout of World War One, you guys developed some, weapons of mass destruction to kill a lot of people. And after the war ended, you guys had to use it on Africans to forcefully take their lands because you guys lack resources.
Of course.
So you came to Africa in search of resources, in the guise of, you are going there to spread religion, Christianity.
Yeah.
You are going there to spread, to civilize the savages.
But still, you kept Christianity up until today, which is, to me, very, very interesting, Isn't it, when you think about it? I mean, because now you're making it sound like it's like, oh, it came with the colonization, it's bad. But still, how big is Christianity in Africa?
Religion, Christianity is not a European make.
No, but I mean, it came with the colonization.
I said it came
to Nigeria,
under the guise,
for example. Yeah.
Under the guise.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you guys need to answer. You guys need to convince yourself that you were going to do a good thing.
Yeah.
You need to psych yourself. But deep down, you guys knew what you were going there to do. To kill people, to carry out genocide,
right,
mass execution,
right,
just because of the European greed. Because you wanted the resources. The resources were so alluring to you guys.
But when you think about it, if it would be in reverse, let's say Africa was in a lack of resources that could only be found in Northern Europe, for example, or Southern Europe, wherever you want to find it, Wouldn't you have done the same? If you have the power, you have the ships to travel, for example, you have the weapons to take over or defend yourself. Don't you think that Africans would have done the exact same thing? And this is not to justify anything, but just as an example that if it would be in reverse, don't you think that they would have done exactly the same thing?
Look, the Moors, these are North Africans now.
Right.
When they came to Spain and they civilized you guys, when they taught you guys, how to take showers, how to do all sort of basic advancement. When they were done with that, they left.
Yeah.
There was no neo-colonialism. You have
destruction.
To report back to us. Or they left. Even the structures they erected, they left it behind for you guys. Yeah. But what are you guys doing today? You've colonized a nation and you are still colonizing it today.
Wow.
You know, you guys never left. That's the issue.
Okay, I see your point. It's a fair point. But let's think in this way. Africa is huge. It's a huge continent, right?
Of course.
Okay. How many people live in Africa? What's the total population of Africa? Like, it's a huge continent.
Africa should be around 1.5
1.5
billion people.
Billion. 1.5 billion people live on the continent of Africa.
Yes.
That's a lot of people. Where is the resistance today? So you're telling me, no, wait, before you say anything else,
okay,
and you know I'm right here.
No, I will let you speak.
1.5 billion people cannot make a change. Is that what you're saying? Because you're still blaming that the West or whatever is keeping control in certain countries, right? In Africa. So you're telling me that all of those people, 1.5 billion, they cannot make a sufficient change on their own continent.
Now we answer you. Look, Africans, you know, we've always resisted the oppression of the West. The Iriro tribe of Namibia, they fought the Germans, you know?
Yeah. And how did that end up? And what happened? Because I'm not familiar.
The Germans, they came back with reinforcement.
Okay.
And with, you know, a greater power force. You know, they committed genocide in Namibia.
Because the Germans were more advanced when it came to weaponry.
Weaponry, because you guys want to destroy.
Yeah.
You know, what does a thief do? Comes to kill and to destroy.
Yeah.
So you guys carried out genocide. There were a lot of resistant forces in Africa.
Right.
Like the Benin Empire, we resisted the British. You know. Then the British, they came back with reinforcement.
Yeah.
And this is all around Africa. We all have the same stories.
But it was not enough. And it's still not enough today. Why is that, though?
Look, it wasn't enough because of the pattern of government. You know, you guys had an indirect rule over the people. The first thing you guys did was to go to their kings, you know, their prominent leader, torture the permanent leader, you know, threaten him, make threats, even kill him.
Right.
They killed a lot of top leaders that resisted and put a puppet in place, you know, to carry out their instructions.
Right.
So they instruct those puppets. They give them information that they will relay to the entire nation. It's called the indirect rule.
Yeah.
Lord Lugard, I don't want to call him Lord Lugard, Frederick Lugard of Nigeria carried out that rule too. That is how Nigeria was colonized. You know, first of all, you conquer the kings, then the kings become your subordinates, then you give them instructions that they will relay to their people. And also, the borders that you guys created all over Africa.
Yeah.
So that when one country is resisting, other countries will back the colonizers to deal with the resistor.
Yeah.
How can we get out of this vicious cycle? You know? It is difficult to trade among African countries than with the West.
Still, like, I feel
they want all trades to go to the West before, you know, if just imagine now, let's say South Africa, they are in need of tomatoes in their grocery stores. They would go to a neighboring country to get those, you know, those items.
Yeah.
They will first of all relay the information to the West. And this, the funny thing is, this produce, they are coming from other neighboring African countries.
Right.
First, they export it to the West.
Yeah.
Then other African countries will now order it from the West. So they can't really trade with their neighbors. You know, just say I need something. I can't just go to my neighboring country and be like, okay, I need 50 tons of tomatoes. No. Because of the partitioning.
Yeah.
That nation has has alliance or allegiance to a Western country.
Yeah.
Just like what France did to Niger and other francophone countries.
Right. Yeah.
They can't trade their resources with anyone. I'm not saying their neighbors now. I mean, anyone in the world.
Yeah.
Without consulting France. Maybe let's say they find a new resources in Niger, and which is quite very, very expensive. They can transform their whole country with that resources.
Right.
They can't just take it to the world market and trade fairly. They have to call France first. Hello, sir. We just discovered these resources in our land. Are you interested in it?
Right.
France have to review the resources and decide, do I want it or not? Before they say go ahead and sell it.
So when are you going to get out of this vicious cycle, as you always refer to?
The way that we can get out of this is, constantly talking about it, creating awareness, and it's very important that the Western people, the common people, let me say the Western civilians, it's very important for them to be aware about what is going on in Africa, because your fellow European might be the next, the next president, the next minister, the next UN president.
Yeah, but don't you think that this hole is already dug way too deep for ever to be able to recover?
Yes.
Exactly.
Now,
so that's why I'm saying
now is the talking
we
phase.
Can't change it.
Now is the talking phase. Now is the dialogue phase.
Absolutely.
We are dialoguing now. A lot of people are watching or listening to this podcast. And, they are learning one or two. Now is the talking phase. But if you push people far enough, they become beasts.
Absolutely.
You don't want to see the beast side.
No, but still, when we go back to the fact that there is 1.5 billion people in Africa.
Yes.
But there is no change made, and it hasn't been made until today. What's going to be different in the upcoming 5 years or 10 years?
The changes are happening now. Look
Which
at
changes
Niger.
are
Niger
happening?
just kicked out France.
Yeah.
And now they want to sell their uranium according to the global price, 200 euros per gram, per kilogram.
Yeah.
Before they were buying it for 85 cents per kilogram. See, look at Togo. Look at Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
The land of the upright men. They've taken power into their hands. They'll be like, no, we can't deal with this bullshit no more. I think why you guys have been successful in colonizing Africa is because of fear. You guys have instilled fear in the people.
Yes, but we were also more advanced in many ways.
You are not advanced.
We were advanced.
You guys did not have toilets to
but how
poop.
Come?
We taught you guys how to. We clothed you guys. We taught you guys how to poo, how not to poo on yourself.
So why didn't you guys go up to Africa or to go to America and take some stuff from there or explore? Why didn't you do that?
See, because right now we are
because you didn't have the equipment to do so, right?
Right now we are living in
you didn't even have roads.
Jesus. Right now we are living in a global world, right? A single country cannot just decide to, invade another country or make laws that affect, its neighboring countries. You have to go through a process.
Yeah.
That's why the United Nations was set up,
Right.
But do you know that the United Nations, they have 5 permanent members?
Which are?
Russia, China, France, United Nations, United Kingdom, and United States.
Interesting.
So these countries, they have veto power.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? It means no matter where you are from the world, if you guys see injustice being committed against a particular country, and you all decide that, okay, let's stop this injustice.
Yeah.
Just one, it only takes one member to reject that proposition. It's called the veto power. No, let's not do this.
Right.
And the vote of the majority becomes null.
Okay, so one party can resist for other.
Exactly.
Parties. Okay, yeah.
So just imagine now an African nation wants to stand up on its feet, wants to say, okay, I want to, better defend my own country.
Yeah.
It will be presented before the UN. And even if everybody agree to that bill, it only takes one nation. And these are the nations that are exploiting, other countries.
Right.
They are gaining benefits from this neo-colonialism, right? So they will say, no, we don't want it.
Yeah.
Don't defend yourself.
Yeah.
So we can, get these resources very fast.
Right.
And everything will be annulled. Is that fair? Is that justice? How can they break out of the paradigm shift if they don't have control of decisions, of policies? So these are the things we need to talk about. When you say Africans, we've left a long time ago, why are you guys still in the same situation? Even worse than when we left you.
Right.
Just let this play in your mind. Veto power.